Recap. Alchemy Emperor of the Divine Dao to Lumtulan 29. Chapter. In the dim stillness of the Imperial starship, Empress Luanxing's mind swirled with conflicting emotions like a tempest concealed beneath placid waters. For nearly 2 years she had judged Ling Han harshly, branding him as a perverted, vulgar scoundrel for the audacity he once displayed. Yet time, that relentless teacher, had revealed the essence beneath his outward brazenness. Every act of restraint he had shown, every sacrifice made to protect her purity, shone with a blinding nobility. Even the very treasure he exposed in her defence was a testament to his unwavering resolve. Could she, a sovereign of unmatched grace, repay such virtue with hatred? The thought was unthinkable. A subtle warmth bloomed in her chest, mingled with relief. Fate had trapped her with Ling Han and not some other man. If it had been another, her chastity might have been irretrievably lost, and the mere imagining of such an alternate path sent shivers through her. The very notion that notionless saint might have enforced her submission to secure a disciple's path added another layer of dread. In her heart, Ling Han became a benefactor beyond measure, a debt she could never hope to repay in a single lifetime. Yet alongside reverence came burden. The vivid imprints of kisses, embraces, and intimate closeness weighed heavily on her, like an indelible mark upon her Dao heart. How could she focus on becoming the strongest cultivator in the world when these memories clung so tightly, threatening to blemish her path? Anxiety gripped her soul, and with a soft she acknowledged her predicament, a quiet concession that spoke volumes of her inner turmoil. Ling Han sensed fragments of her unease, yet his understanding was but a pale reflection of her experience. He was not female, nor was he Empress Luanxing. His perception reached only a fraction of the storm within her. With careful gentleness, he proposed, Your Majesty, let us pretend the events of these past few days never occurred. What say you? The Empress bristled at the suggestion. Could he so casually dismiss the touches, the embraces, the fleeting sparks of connection? Her mind screamed with indignation. You dared to cross the line, yet now you speak as though it never happened. Ling Han, of course, would have protested his innocence. After all, it had been she who had touched him, and had it not been for his iron will, the consequences might have been far graver. Empress Luanxing's scolding turned inward as she chastised herself. This man was unworthy of her hand. Or else, she challenged, perhaps you wish to indulge in further fantasies about me? In the quiet of the cabin, Ling Han sighed, bemused by her haughtiness. Beauty indeed granted such whimsical airs, and though her barb stung, it only strengthened his resolve to maintain distance from her enchanting presence. One misstep, and he might lose himself entirely to the Empress's radiant allure. As silence enveloped them, the mechanisms of destiny stirred. Notionless saint, though grievously wounded and divested of his saintly origin, revealed his foresight. A starship emerged within the tomb, a vessel crafted for the future disciple he had long foreseen. Though small and modest, equipped only with defensive formations to guard against cosmic hazards like meteoroids and black holes, it was a marvel of preparation born in the final moments of a saintly life. The vessel's limitations reflected the urgency of its creation. Perfection had been a luxury the dying saint could not afford. Having returned to the Black Tower, notionless saint attached himself to objects of power, such as the reincarnation tree, ensuring his continued existence. Though a damaged soul, he remained formidable, capable of suppressing heavenly body tier elites and even weaker eternal river tier cultivators within the tomb. Beyond this sanctuary, his influence waned, reduced to advice and guidance for Ling Han alone. Within the cabin, a delicate tension hovered. The chamber was small, designed for a single occupant, but spacious enough to accommodate 10. Yet the closeness amplified the scent and presence of the Empress. Ling Han's senses, attuned to the intoxicating fragrance and the memory of their intimate contact, teetered on desire. A sudden admonition cut through his thoughts. Don't let your imagination run wild. Empress Luanxing's voice carried both authority and exasperation. Ling Han smiled faintly, acknowledging the reprimand while teasing. Okay, I won't think about that anymore. Her sharp retort followed swiftly. You're still thinking about it? His laughter, rich and unrestrained, echoed in the cabin. Her beauty, her commanding presence, and her unyielding purity combined to render fear impossible. Restraint became a battle of the spirit, not the body. She was mighty, seductive, and intoxicatingly beautiful, yet lacked the vulnerable charm that might have further ensnared him. The Empress, burning with indignation, realized in shock that her emotions had been captured by a man she had once scorned. Even purity could not shield the heart when entangled with such a formidable cultivator. The starships sailed through the galaxy, traversing the void without incident. Within days, they arrived at the joint peace planet, a journey unchallenged by the Eternity Sky Majestic Empire or the Jade Drop Majestic Empire. Time had moved while Empress Luanxing had been absent, yet the galaxy's powers had remained unaware of her return. Ling Han, however, harboured his own vexation. The Majestic Heaven Sect had completed its disciple selections a year prior, and he had missed his opportunity. His brothers, Helian Tianyun, Ding Ping, and even Shui Yanyu had secured their placements, ranging from seeds to ordinary disciples, each granted their rank, favour, and prospects within the sect's hierarchy. Ling Han, left to ponder his path, felt the weight of destiny pressing upon him. The galaxy stretched before him, filled with untold opportunities and trials. He alone must chart the course of his next steps, forging his fate with the same unwavering will that had carried him through countless battles and tribulations. The universe awaited, vast and indifferent, yet he was resolved to carve a path worthy of the name Ling Han. In the vast expanse of the Majestic Empire, where the heavens themselves seemed to bend beneath the weight of cultivation, the Majestic Heaven Sect stood as an unyielding bastion of power. Though it never sought dominion over neighbouring stars, its eternal river-tier elites kept a watchful eye over its domain, ensuring that no affront went unanswered. Even an imperial request from Empress Luanxing would not compel the sect to bend its will. Yet it was precisely into this formidable bastion that fate now beckoned Ling Han. For despite the distant warmth of the Empress's favour, the threads binding them were tenuous, fragile as gossamer in the wind. Among the young prodigies who had once refined mountain river stones, Li Weiwei and Ji Yuner now found themselves welcomed into the sect as ordinary disciples. Their talents, honed by both age and cultivation, earned them a place among the hopefuls. And so, one by one, nearly all of Ling Han's companions departed from the imperial capital, journeying toward the Majestic Heaven Sect to carve their destinies. Ling Han lingered in contemplation, the weight of his next move pressing upon him. His thoughts were interrupted by a resonant voice, commanding and imperious, reverberating through the hallways of his residence. "Where is Ling Han?" It was Qiu Shui, the great commander of the Imperial Guards, a figure whose very presence radiated authority, only answerable to Empress Luanxing herself. Her arrival heralded the possibility of an imperial decree. Ling Han's lips curved into a wry smirk, recalling the past, the audacious intimacy they once shared, the paradox of desire and duty entwined. And now, this austere emissary delivering messages in place of the Empress herself. He opened his door to behold Qiu Shui clad in gleaming armour, a warrior's strength harmonized with an ethereal beauty, a radiant flower blossoming amidst the martial ranks. Ling Han noted with quiet amusement that such a bloom was entirely devoted to the Empress, her heart seemingly surrendered to duty over desire, her femininity eclipsed by loyalty. Ling Han offered a respectful salute. "My respects to the great commander." In this realm of officials and orders, kneeling was unnecessary unless insisted upon. Qiu Shui's gaze lingered on him, curiosity entwined with incredulity. A man of such ordinariness, yet twice the recipient of an imperial decree. How could this be? The first decree had served the Empress's strategy, a means to command the nobles and officials. But this second missive, private, delicate, and entirely personal, defied all logic. How had he come to know Her Majesty so intimately? Had she truly spent 2 lost years in his company, sharing moments of intimacy that would shatter the very composure of any observer? "Her Majesty requested that I deliver this to you." With that, Qiu Shui extended a letter, her voice measured. "It is addressed to the 9th King. Her Majesty wishes for you to convey this message. Should the 9th King consent, you may enter the Majestic Heaven Sect as his follower, allowing you to cultivate within its halls." The words struck Ling Han like a sudden gust of wind, so profound that he momentarily forgot to receive the letter. Only a cough from the great commander reminded him to accept it. "I shall take my leave now." Chushe regarded him deeply before turning, her mind racing with unanswered questions. Why had Her Majesty chosen him as messenger? Why involve her in this private affair? Ling Han's mind whirred as he contemplated the ninth king, already accepted into the sect and journeying to the flying cloud planet, a seed among the sect's elite. Empress Luanxing's decree, while framed as a simple delivery, opened a hidden gateway, a path for Ling Han to step into the majestic heaven sect, though only as a follower bound to the ninth king. In this sect, only seeds could claim followers. These disciples could not receive sect resources, yet they could accompany their masters, absorbing the wisdom of elite cultivation. Even Venerable Trinity himself would occasionally impart insights to these followers. Though nominally servants, they were coveted by the prodigious for the mere chance to glimpse greatness. Ling Han's lips curved into a self-satisfied smile, his vanity alight. "Tsk, it seems I am indeed quite charismatic. Even the Empress has been enchanted by me." After brief reflection, he resolved to accept this boon, his brother's disciples and lover now cultivated in the majestic heaven sect. His enemies too had gone forth to sharpen their own fates. Remaining in the imperial capital offered little beyond teasing the Empress, a game he would not easily win. Preparations began in earnest. Ling Han sold his alchemical wares, investing true origin stones to amass new materials. Alchemy remained his lifeline. With the demonic power source nearly spent, he could not forsake this path of rapid cultivation. Half a month later, Ling Han sought the counsel of Old Man Shu before embarking on the voyage to the Flying Cloud planet aboard Notionless Saint's starship. The cloud-piercing shuttle, though familiar, lacked defensive formations and, more crucially, galactic coordinates. The cosmos offered no up or down, left or right, only a treacherous void where the unprepared could drift for centuries, lost among distant stars. True origin stones could propel a shuttle, yes, but without navigation, survival was a gamble. The starship required only the entry of galactic coordinates and a supply of true origin stones. Once set, the vessel sailed autonomously, barring threats like asteroids or exploding planets which demanded the hand of a skilled pilot. As the starship glided through the infinite galaxy, Ling Han spent his days beneath the reincarnation tree, observing Notionless Saint instruct Kanye Yuan Chenghe and others. He, a damaged soul incapable of cultivation, passed time as a silent witness to saintly guidance. The knowledge imparted here dwarfed the teachings of any sect, including the majestic heaven sect. Even eternal riveteer elites would have longed for such comprehension. The analogy of a black hole came to mind, unseen, yet its existence proved through the dance of light and celestial bodies. So too was the instruction of Notionless Saint, a force shaping understanding through subtle, profound guidance. Daily lessons equaled years of cultivation, an irresistible magnet for even the most powerful saints. "Brat, even if I regain a physical body, this shall remain my cultivation sanctuary," Notionless Saint declared. "An unparalleled treasure land!" Ling Han nodded in agreement. Should Notionless Saint fully recover, he would gain a formidable ally, even if only a small saint. In the realm of the netherworld, this was equivalent to enlisting the aid of a demon master, a boon few could ever claim. Even the Ashura Demon Emperor, bound in human form, felt the pangs of frustration at the loss of his tail, a small inconvenience, yet symbolic of the boundless transformation and adaptation demanded by this vast wuxia-laden universe. And so, under the eternal boughs of the reincarnation tree, Ling Han prepared, plotting his next steps among the stars, poised to enter the majestic heaven sect, and ready to entwine fate, skill, and destiny in the grand tapestry of martial and mystical legacy.